Afternoon. I thought today I would read some poems that are already published from Terrorhouse magazine. It's an online publication. I don't know, probably 10, 12. I've been published by him 3 or 4 times. So I'm going to start with this kind of a mixture of different ones. Some good, some maybe not, but I like to share. So the first one is called Do Angels Smile? Do angels smile in the dark night as they watch over the sleeping child, guarding, protecting until light? The innocent infant, meek and mild, nestled warmly in his snug straw bed, looked at a dancing cherub and smiled. Forsaken and crucified, he bled. The sky darkened and he was home, while the angels watched overhead. Now angels, soft and pure as a midnight breeze, surround him and smile upon sleeping babes. This next one's called Death in a Metro Bar. It was based on something I read. I read it, I think, online, probably in the news, CNN News, I'd imagine. Not sure. It's called Death in a Metro Bar. Washington, AP, 10% jump in slayings is no aberration, constabulary think tank announces. A man got off the E train carrying a samurai sword, 3 pistols, kerosene, propane, and plastic handcuffs. Strode into a bar, presumably not for a drink. It made me think, how did he get that far? Who sat next to him in the subway car? FBI data has shown a rise in violent crime since 2004. The Justice Department said crime was historically low that year. Pistol shots rang out before 2 courageous barmaids, brave ladies no doubt, dove to wrestle him down. I see images. Fear is hard to allay. They're still deep in my mind. Was everyone on the street blind? Did they turn their head away from a midnight stroller armed to the teeth, not concerned if bullets didn't spray? 2 years' worth of increases in violent crime demonstrates a change in the extent and the nature of crime in America. I wonder what is wrong in our cities and big towns, subways and thoroughfares, when a man so bent upon harm can walk around without obstruction. I wonder what the attorney's defense will be. He was temporarily insane. Set him free. He didn't really mean to cause destruction. Something sure must have set him off. Poor victim of poverty and society. Washington, AP. A public spokesman said after the shooting, this attack was so bizarre that it could only have been committed by someone clearly deranged. So that is Death in a Metro Bar based on some news headlines. Every once in a while I do that. Um, this one's called Daughter of the Night. Like a sip from a clear ice water stream, you await me with outstretched arms, teeth sparkle, perfect smile, eyes agleam. Daughter of the night, I need you. Your magic and passion are mine to crave, sometimes dreams, sometimes nightmarish charms. Need and desires wash over me in a wave. Daughter of the night, I need you. The cold water engulfs me, fails to quench the heat of my flush-faced desire. Less than a lady, more than a wench. Daughter of the night, I need you. I'm not sure where my reality resides. I don't want to awaken if this is a dream. A drowning man seduced by mermaids' deadly tides. Daughter of the night, I need you. And the second group that was published, well, second in my lineup, I'm not really sure the order these were published in. Um, Here again from Terrorhouse magazine. If I were a surprise, I would be the one that brought the tears to Emily's eyes. Her mom hustled her into the car with nary a please. No time to dawdle. We have to go now. I had driven 1,800 miles in 2 days instead of 3 to pick up my daughter for summer vacation. The shock was complete, and watching it register on Emily's face was something to behold. She first looked, then started smiling, wider and wider, as the tears started and her chatter stopped. Dad, you tricked me. You weren't supposed to be here until tomorrow or something, came through my little girl's happy cries. Come to think of it, I was that surprise. This one, not quite so happy. It's called Hot Air Balloon. How quaint I should think, not of a New Mexico sky, filled with floating orbs of every color, but an old busybody who is free to tell everyone, but mostly her family, how poor they behave and how much they disappoint. So lovely to look at big balloons floating in the brilliant summer skies as I drive along a lonely desert highway. Too bad you ruined it, being so hateful and everything you should not be, because you could not be anything but a big bag filled with hot air. This is kind of a reflection one um, from a visit myself and Emily had to where I grew up. And as they say, you can't go home again and things change. It's called Homeward Bone. Where that blue trailer is used to be a flowered hill. Dad found some Abenaki arrowheads over there, sharp still. Over on this side were two old, well climbed willow trees. They tore down the house, but I rebuilt it in my memories. 16 years ago, our family moved away from the old farm. Now I visit trying to show my daughter its charm. Along here, we grew carrots, corn, lettuce, and peas. They tore down the house, but I rebuilt it in my memories. Bulldozers came and beat, bladed, and shaped the land, changing everything my dad built with his own hand. I was sad to see it all gone like a spring breeze. They tore down the house, but I rebuilt it in my memories. Where that blue trailer is used to be a flowered hill. They tore down the house, but I rebuilt it in my memories. And this one is called Hammered. It's from a old friend I used to correspond with on the internet from Australia, I believe. She was 30-ish years older than me. She's a really fun lady, though. She was a fellow writer in one of the groups I belonged to. It's called Hammered. And this is what I call email poetry. What email poetry is for me is I'll engage in a conversation with somebody, back and forth messages, and then kind of steal them and rewrite it into a poem. Hammered. I've heard sawdust bakes up nice. Hammered in his tin shed. Hammer at supper time. Tried to sleep in this morning, but the neighbor started beating out a tune with his hammer. Someone please take his hammer away. The hammer had bought house number 8, decided to take a wall out and make the kitchen bigger. I know I complain about everything, but I might just get out my chainsaw at midnight and chop down the trees that hang over my good neighbor making fence. Maybe the neighborly thing would be to take a fresh baked cake over and let him stop for morning tea. I'll hide his tools while he is eating. Hammer in his tin shed, hammer at supper time. If he doesn't stop by dinner, I'll put more than his hammer away for him. He is in his aluminum shed hammering away and it's echoing all over the neighborhood. If he has to build something, I hope it's a soundproof workshop. Tried to sleep in this morning, but the neighbor started beating out a tune with his hammer. Someone please take his hammer away. Hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening. I've heard sawdust bakes up nice. And this group is, I believe, these were the first ones that got published, and they're from one of my kids' poetry collection, here again in Terrorhouse magazine. The Maisy poems are a story of my daughter and a friend of hers who lived in England, and here again, internet friends, we would talk a lot. Um, this girl's name was Maisy Jean, um, and before my daughter was born, I wanted to name her Maisy May. So the book is kind of the adventures of Maisy May and Maisy Jean. So sometimes you get one and sometimes you get the other. This one is called Maisy's Mom Says. Words from Maisy Jean. Mama, I don't want to do spelling. And why does the cat lick to clean? The music of her voice makes me want to sing. Finish your homework so we can snuggle, love. Mama, I don't want to do spelling. If there are angels here or above, they aren't as cool as Miss Maisy. Finish your homework so we can snuggle, love. Mom, one piece of chocolate won't make me crazy. Her sweet smile is hard to resist. They aren't as cool as Miss Maisy. Chasing the cat, teasing him with strings tied to her wrist. How did I deserve such a great kid? Her sweet smile is hard to resist. Mama, I love you more than I ever did. Words from Maisy Jean. How did I deserve such a great kid? And why does the cat lick to clean? And here's another called If I Were the Autumn Leaves. If I were the autumn leaves, I would be colorful and tinged, red, yellow, and oranges, following and tangling in Maisy's hair as she skips down the lane, followed by Mama. It's a fall day in Cheltenham. Maisy, Jean, and Mom are on a walk to Grandma's. A little girl's voice sings, Wake me up when September ends. Mama, what day is this? November 12th. Was I awake when September ended? If I were the autumn leaves, I would clap and dance at the chance. to be tangled in hair and serenaded by a sweet child who listens to the same song I do from thousands of miles away. And here is another Maisy Jean one. It's called House of Cards. Mommy, what is the one with the A on it again? It is ace, like having a daughter like you is ace. 52 cards in a deck to build a house. Maisy Jean is making a mansion. It's an ace. Having a daughter like you is an ace. Maisy's hands and imagination slowly, gently stack cards, 9 feet high and 14 feet wide, numbers faces out, building the biggest card house in all England. 52 cards in a deck to build a house. Ace through king, arranged in suits, red and black, hearts, diamonds, clovers, and spades, arranged into a country place for Maisie and Mom. Maisy Jean is making a mansion for her and Mom to hide in and snuggle. A day off from school and work to be remembered within these cardstock walls forever. And the final one is called Fishbowl. It doesn't actually mention either Maisy May or Maisy Jean, but I wrote it with my daughter, so it's obviously a Maisy, or for my daughter, so it's obviously a Maisy May adventure. Fishbowl. I'm not a guppy, goldfish, molly, or fighting fish. I was born in a shop on South Broadway that also has dog collar, scratch posts, and bird food. I'm not a Sri Lanka ghost on display for kids to watch and supply with bits of food, only to find them boring and don't do tricks. In my fishbowl I float, looking out at your world. So dry. I'm snug and smug, and soon I'll grow out of my tail and hop past a rim of glass, out a window, and on into a pond to sing all night. I'm not a guppy, goldfish, molly, or fighting fish. I'm a frog, if you didn't know. Oh, and one last one called Bendy Goldman. Mr. Bendy Goldman comes from a far-off land. He's 2 inches tall. You can barely see him at all. Mr. Bendy is a quarter-inch wide, not easy to hide. One day the kitty bit him when he napped in Maisy's midden. Mr. Bendy Man kept getting lost. One day in the trash can he was tossed. Maisy was afraid he would no longer linger. Now he rides wrapped around her little finger. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great afternoon and God bless.